Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakdash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim, to the elect that is scattered throughout the four corners of this earth, pushing this truth out in faith and sincerity. And this lesson is basically going to be about, how us men in this truth that we have received God-like knowledge, in the flesh. Because when you come into this truth, you're not an ordinary individual anymore. You're not just a regular man. This knowledge separates you from everyone else in this world because these people are in a dead state. Because this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it makes you alive. It quickens you. Just like the scripture said, in John 6:63. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. And in the book of Proverbs, I believe it's the 21st chapter, says that basically he that departed out of the way of understanding remained in the congregation of the dead. So these people, they are dead. Without this knowledge, they are dead. They don't know who they are. They don't know the Most High's name. They don't know his son's name, which is the Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh and his son's name is Yahushai. They don't know these things. They don't know anything about their heritage. They don't know how to be righteous. They don't know how to understand these scriptures, so they are dead. So that separates you from them. I just want to get into an account with Daniel. Because Nebuchadnezzar, he had a dream, and he wanted his wise men, his magicians, astrologers, whatever. He wanted all of them to try to break this dream down for him, but they couldn't. But Daniel was able to. But I'm gonna get into it. This is I'll start at Daniel 2:10. It says, the Chaldeans answered before the king and said, there is not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matter. Therefore, there is no king, lord, no ruler that asks such things of any magician or astrologer or Chaldean, Because Nebuchadnezzar, he didn't want to just know what the dream, what it was about. He didn't just want to just know the interpretation. He wanted them to tell him exactly what he dreamed. Before he told them anything else, he wanted them to know or to tell him. So then he'll know that these dudes, they tell him the truth. But if they couldn't tell him that, then he wasn't trying to hear it. So he said that the Chaldeans answered before the king and said, there is not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matter. Therefore, there is no king, lord, nor ruler that asks such things of any magician or astrologer or Chaldean. Nobody even asking them like this, because can't nobody do it. So he says that, and it is a rare thing that the king requires, and there is none other that can show it before the king except the gods whose dwelling is not with flesh. So he said, look, man, can't nobody, the stuff you're asking for, can't nobody answer this. That's why nobody ever asks nobody to do anything like this, because it's impossible. Only people that can tell you this is the gods. That's what it said, the gods. And he said they not in the flesh though. So basically you out of there, you out of luck. We can't tell you this. But later on down the line, that's where Daniel come in. This is Daniel 2:17, because since they couldn't answer it, Nebuchadnezzar put out the decree basically to kill all the wise men. He was like, man, look, fuck everybody. Y'all can't answer this and shit. What I need y'all for? This is Daniel 2:17. Then Daniel went to his house and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, which this was Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These were the Hebrew names. It says that they would desire mercies of the Most High of heaven concerning the secret, that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon, Because Daniel and them, they was also on the list, to be executed, It says, then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the power of heaven. So, you go back up, it says that shit, nobody can tell you this. Only the gods can tell you this, and they're not in the flesh. But it say that he revealed this secret unto Daniel. because that is what the Most High does. All right, He reveals His secrets unto His prophets. All right, He revealed secrets unto Daniel, which Daniel was a prophet. Right, this is Daniel 2 and 27. Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king had demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers show unto the king. But there is a power in heaven that revealeth secrets, and make it known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be done in the latter days. Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. Right, so he said, look, they couldn't answer it, but it's the power, right, Yahweh in heaven, right, that can reveal these things, right? And he revealed that unto Daniel, right? Godlike knowledge he gave unto Daniel that nobody else could have, right? Nobody else had that, right, but Daniel, right? Because like I said, he was a prophet, and the Most High revealed his secrets unto the prophets. Amos 3 and 7. Surely Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. So the things that are not known to everybody, right? The hidden things of these scriptures, right? The hidden things, period, that nobody knows. Basically dealing with this knowledge, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. He reveals them unto his prophets, right? So the prophets have like a type of a straight connection to the Most High, right? To basically to the spiritual realm, right? Because the Most High, right, through Yahweh Shai, through the angels, they feed this knowledge, all right, to the prophets, to his men, all right, to his chosen, to the elect, right, and they're able to go into these scriptures and break down these things that are written within, the things that everybody else cannot break down, all right, because they can't understand it, because the Most High is not dealing with everybody on that level, right? Just like it says in Revelation 14, only 144,000 can learn that song. What is that song? These scriptures, right? So, you know, like I said, that the prophets have like a direct connection, all right, to the Most High, right? And the prophets, you got to be of Israel, basically, all right, because the Most High is only dealing with Israel, right? So only Israel will only be able to access that type of connection, right? This is Deuteronomy. What is that? 29 and 29. The secret things belong unto Yahweh our power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. Right now, this is Moses talking to the Israelites. Right, he said the secret things belong to the Most High, but the things that are revealed belong unto us. Right, unto our children. He didn't say unto everybody, the whole world. All right, he said unto us. Right. So this is something that is kept within Israel, right? The secrets and the understanding of these scriptures only belongs unto Israel, right? Like I said, in Psalms 147, 19 and 20, he showed his word unto Jacob, and his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation, and that's what his judgment, they have not known them, right? So he's not dealing with nobody else. Amos 3 and 1. Hear this word that Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. So he said, you only have I known out of all the families of the earth, out of everybody, all these nations, right? Only Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? So he's only dealing with us, right? So everything that's in these scriptures only pertain to us. This godly wisdom, you know, to break it down in these parables, all of this secret things, it belongs to us, right? For us to figure out, and it deeper goes on deeper to the elect, right? Because the elect is gonna have the true understanding, right? So going back to Daniel 2 and 11, it says that, and there is a rare thing that the king requires, and there is none other that can show it before thee except the gods whose dwelling is not in the flesh. But like I said, he revealed this godlike knowledge to Daniel, right? When these other men, they couldn't, you know, they didn't have to answer, right? But Daniel had to answer, right? So even though they said that gods are not dwelling in the flesh, shit, the Most High made Daniel a god, but with that knowledge, right? That's why the scriptures say this. What is that? Psalms 82 and 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. So we are gods. You know, Yashar Allah, he is a prince of the power, right? A prince is the son of the king, so basically the son of God, right? So we're a God because the Most High, he gave Israel, right? He gave them the law, statutes, and commandments, right? He gave them the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you know, how to be amongst each other, how to rule the world, you know, how to treat the earth, you know, with different crops and different things like that. And all these other nations, they didn't have that. That's why in Deuteronomy 4th chapter, they say that these other nations will look at us and be like, okay, surely this is a wise and understanding people, right? So they're going to look at us as gods, right, through this knowledge, you know? So, what else did I have? This is 2 Corinthians 4, you know, 4 and 6. It says, for the Most High who commanded the light to shine out of darkness has shined in our hearts, and that light represents this truth. All right, and that darkness was that old mind frame that's used to being in this world with these lies and these different philosophies that are not true, worshiping these different gods, you know, honestly, these different religions, you know, that was darkness, right? The way that you were living before you came into this truth. All right. It says, for the Most High who commanded light to shine out of darkness has shined in our hearts, which hearts talking about our minds. It says to give the light of the glorious knowledge of the glory of the Most High in the face of Yahweh Shai and Mashiach. So we received this knowledge because Yahweh Shai, you know, he came and died for the nation of Israel, or in the nation of Israel only, right? It says, but we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of the Most High, not of us. What is those earthen vessels talking about? It's talking about these bodies, right? Wasn't we made from the earth? Genesis 2 and 7, I believe, says he made Adam from the dust of the ground, all right, soil of the ground that comes from the earth, right? So that these bodies represent these earthen vessels. It said we have this treasure in earthen vessels. What is the treasure? It's talking about the knowledge, right? Because this knowledge is looked at as treasure. You know, let me go that real quick. Romans 11 and 33. Oh, depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. How unsearchable are his judgments and his ways past finding out. So this knowledge is looked at as riches, right? Treasure. So we receive this in the flesh, right? When they said that basically to be able to know something like that the King Nebuchadnezzar was asking for, he said only gods can know this, right? And he revealed unto Daniel the secret to break down that dream, right? And like I said, these things that are written in the scripture, they are parables, they are secrets that everybody cannot break down, but the prophets can go and break these things down and link things precept by precept, precept upon precept, right? You know, they can go into the missiles, right? We can break down the missiles, you know, the mark of the beast, right? All of these things that were basically hidden from everybody else, we can go into these things, right? These secrets, right? And that light, like I said, represents that knowledge. You know, this is Daniel 5. He said the Most High commanded light to shine out of darkness, right? And that light is what made us, what basically made us like gods, right? Daniel 5 and 14, right? It says, I have even heard of thee, that the spirit of the gods is in thee. He's talking about Daniel. And that the light and understanding, excellent wisdom is found in thee. So he said, I heard that the spirit of the gods is in thee. You know, why? Why he say that? He said, because of the light and the wisdom and the excellent wisdom is found in thee. So this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding makes you a God. Right? Like I said, because everybody is not able to learn this. Everybody's not able to receive this because the Most High is not dealing with everybody on that level. Right? The Most High always had men that he was dealing with, You know, it's like he had Joseph. You had Moses. Right? And yeah, I get some precepts on Moses too, because he showed Moses secrets. Right? This is Second Ezra 14:1. It says, and it came to pass upon the third day I sat under an oak, and behold, there came a voice out of a bush over against me, and said, Esdras, Esdras. And I said, Here am my Lord, and I stood upon my feet. Then said he unto me, In the bush I did manifestly reveal myself unto Moses, and talk with him when my people served in Egypt. And I sent him and led my people out of Egypt, and brought him up to the Mount Sinai, while I held him by me a long season. And told him many wondrous things, to show him the secrets of the times and the end. Right, so he was dealing with Moses on a whole nother level. Right, so he revealed to him the secrets and the times of the end. You know, all that he revealed. He got intimate with Moses. That's why it says that basically he spoke face to face with Moses. You know, he gave Moses the law, statutes, and commandments. Right, he said Moses went on top of the mountain. If you read in was that Exodus 19 or Exodus 20, to receive the law, statutes, and commandments. When have you ever done that with anybody? You know, that's what it meant by face to face. But let's see the comment that he had towards Moses, right? That the Most High said about Moses himself. This is out of the Most High's mouth. Exodus 7:1. It says, And Yahweh said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. So he said he have made thee a god, right? Because, like I said, he showed Moses all these secrets and things of that nature, right? He appeared unto Moses, right? So, and he told him all of these things like that, and that basically made him a god, right? And basically, I mean, that's all I had. You know, I just wanted to prove that this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is within us is godlike, right? And it separates us from everybody else, you know. Because everybody not going to be able to understand this. Like I said, and I said once again, because the Most High has to be dealing with you, and he has to reveal these secrets and these things to you. You have to be working with your mind. And I hope that the Lord is dealing with me, because I ain't just saying that, oh yeah, I'm that dude, you know, he working with me, but that's not what I'm saying. Because the Most High is only working with the elect. But we know we have been called into this thing, but we don't know if we are chosen, right? So we hope to be a part of that number, right? We hope to be, you know, the Most High's men, right? So, you know, with that, I'm giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahushua, B'Hashem, Chakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, peace and salutations to the Akim, to the elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of this earth, pushing the truth and faith and sincerity. Shalom.